What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. It is Thursday. It is cold as hell. I just worked all day out in this cold, and I am Beach Street McGee, but let me tell you something. I'm so ready for this Eagles team every single week that I find a way, because of each and every one of you sickos, to show up every night and make these damn shows, getting pumped up each week, breaking down the opponent. And, some fans, hey, this is a cakewalk. We're going to walk right over them. Some of them, it's a trap game. The Eagles are there. Oh, that's great. We hear it all. But guess what? Each week we break down what's actually going on, what both teams look like, what are their stats, standings, rankings, what are their injuries going on, what kind of practice squad players do they have? And then, of course, we'll talk about the top matchup. So all that information you need to know for Week 14, we're going to go over right here, right now. And this is not a live video, but I would love to hear from you down below. Any questions, comments that you have, anything on your mind, score prediction, player of the game, whatever is going on out there. I've seen so much stuff. I see people talking about the Eagles defense. I see people praising this team, and it's mind-boggling. We talked about this, all season, waiting for everyone to jump aboard, and I think we're here, baby. So welcome aboard to everybody. We've all been waiting for you. We sickos here, of course, have been breaking down and talking about, how this team needed to, have a little time with new coordinators, new players. So we know what's going on. Now, we're facing a team with a lot of new pieces, a lot of things going on there, a new head coach this year. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all of it. If you missed Behind Enemy Lines, go check that out. Get to know everything about the Panthers. But we'll give a little recap here of the Panthers and, of course, the Eagles. So let's take a look at how both of these teams have been doing so far this year. So the Eagles, 7th in points, 4th in total yardage, 1st in rushing, 28th in passing. So the media tries to make their little narratives. That's me right there, Nick Sirianni. That's my face when they say these things. They can't pass the ball. We don't need to. We're running all over them. Watch football sometime. Now, I'd like to clean up, giving up the sacks. Don't like that. Turnovers, doing good, getting better all the time. Love it. Defense. I think people are on board finally with Vic Fangio in this defense. They will listen to me eventually. 4th in points, 1st in total yardage. You can see rush yards per game, 7th right now. But telling you, in the pass game, everything, people are getting garbage time. These stats, you take them with a grain of salt. Just understand this team tied for 6th in sacks, tied for 14th in turnovers. We talk about it each and every week. Continue to get better, and that's all we can ask for, ladies and gentlemen. And this team, sky's the limit, because since week 6, this team is 1st in defensive points allowed per game, total defense, which is yardage, passing defense, 3-and-out percentage, 1st in sacks. Oh, that's right. And then forced fumbles. Okay, just letting you know that's really good. So keep sleeping on our birds. Now, the Panthers this year, not doing too great. 30th in points and total yardage, 24th in rushing, tied for 29th in passing. Not giving up sacks, though, so that's great. Turnovers, giving up some of them. Defense, 23rd in points, 31st in total yardage, 32nd against the run. Oh, what I'm going to be talking about here. Run the damn ball. 24th against the pass. Not getting very many sacks there. And then middle of the pack there when it comes to turnovers. Now, the Eagles, number 1 in their division, 10-2. We know we're the kings of the East, but we're looking for a little something else. Now, the Panthers, they're sitting at the bottom of their division. And look, man, they still have hope, weirdly enough, because, well, all the teams aren't that great, even though the Falcons and the Buccaneers, the teams to beat us. But we all talked about it when those things happened. I was laughing as our season's over. Everybody sucks. Trade them all. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter suck. Quinion Mitchell suck. Everybody sucked. Remember? Well, I doubt they're singing those things anymore. But the Panthers sitting there at 2nd to last. Giants holding down that bottom spot. Don't like that because of the draft pick. So go ahead and lose some more games. Panthers will help you out this week. You can see the Eagles trying to climb to the top. The Lions and Packers playing tonight. When I drop this video, that game will already be on. So we'll figure out who wins, who loses. We'll hope the team in green gets the W there tonight, though. Hopefully take down those Lions. But look, you don't ever want to sleep on anyone. I'm not here to tell you it's a trap game. Eagles are going to come on, dude. We should be able to manhandle them. And unless you're shooting yourself in the foot, you're making mistakes. You should be able to beat their ass. But it's the NFL, so anything can happen. So let's talk about it. Now, this team does have some injuries, and so do the Panthers. So let's take a quick look at the update for today's practice. You can see in the Thursday category, anything that is in green is the players that have changed. So Covey was limited today. Great news. And then all the guys that were resting, you can see Barkley, Becton, Carter, Sweat. They were all full participants. Now, someone who wasn't resting, Darius Slay with the concussion, full participant, should be good to go. Johnny Wilson limited again. Devontae Smith still full participant. Let's go. But Goddard, Brown, Blankenship all did not practice. Not a great sign, but they do have tomorrow's practice. We'll get the game status report, who's questionable, who's out. I will let you know as soon as I get home from work. As soon as that video comes out, I will have that drop down for you. Now, I will also keep you up to date with the Panthers. Here's what's going on with them. You can see Josie Jewell did not practice. Jalen Coker was limited. Those were the things that changed there. And, I think that, Clowney will be fine. A lot of these guys, getting rest, doing things because they're veterans. So nothing to worry about there. But just want you to know what's going on with those injuries. And then tomorrow you'll get the updated depth chart with the injury stuff added in, all the colors and changes. So you know who their backups, who has an actual chance of missing, who's already out, all that great stuff. But let's get to know both these teams quick. You can see the Eagles here. Here's their practice squad. Added a fullback, Corey Blasingame. So we'll hopefully be talking about him on Saturday. Practice squad elevations. I will put that out for you. But maybe we need another edge guy. O'Shawn Mathis again. Maybe KJ Henry. Teron Jackson. We shall find out. But that is the Eagles practice squad. Now, let's take a look at their injury list. This is their IR. Just added Ben Van Zumeren. Obviously, Huff and Graham are on there now. Bradbury, Clark, Young are still on there. So you will not see these guys on the depth chart. Offense, ready to rock and roll. Devontae Smith is back. Let's go. Dallas Goedert probably going to miss this game, so going to need Calcaterra. Uzoma was added to the active roster. So you could see that, this team, fully healthy, should be able to run over people. But even with the tight end out, we've still got depth. So next man up. The defensive side of the ball, we talked about it, Slay being back, so Rodgers can go back to the bench, maybe get some returns. Maybe we'll get to see some Charles Harris this week. Saw that three-man rotation of Sweat, Smith, Hunt. Let's go. Cannot wait to see these guys continue to dominate while people keep trash talking about this team. I'm telling you, sleeping on the wrong ones. And I'll keep saying it. It's almost the end of the season. Better jump on board real quick. But the special teams area, I would love to see Britton Covey healthy. But if not, they will probably put Coop back there. But, hey, maybe Anaya Smith, Isaiah Rodgers. On kick return, maybe Kenny G or Shipley can take one deep. So, look, everybody healthy there. And then the Panthers, this is their practice squad. They've got a couple of guys on the practice squad IR. And you can see they've got a lot of offensive players there. And then a few guys on the defense. So if they want to elevate anyone, we will talk about them on Saturday. Now, here's their IR. Brown, Corbett, Sanders, Scott, Thomas, Thompson, and Scott designated to return. So we'll see if he comes off of the IR and is ready for this game. But here's their offense. Chuba Hubbard, Bryce Young, Leggett. So everybody healthy there. And again, I'll have that updated tomorrow with all of the injuries, who's actually out, questionable, all that stuff. But you can see just a brief little recap of what these teams look like. If you want an in-depth breakdown of this Panthers team, go check out yesterday's show. But here is their special teams unit. And again, I will update all of this tomorrow, and you'll see who's actually questionable. I don't do that just now because I don't want to get people riled up. People always get pissed off, and it's like, let's just wait till Friday, game status report. We'll see who's actually questionable and out and all that great stuff. So tune into that. But right now, we're going to get into these top matchups. So let's start it off with that special teams. Number 13, looking at Raheem Blackshear, he is actually a stud in the return game. So something you got to watch out for, something they're actually pretty good at. And look, Eagles special teams has been great this year, but this is just one of those guys that could just bang one out. And he can kick return, punt return. He does it all. So he's averaging 25.1 yards per return this year, 9 yards per punt return. So doing pretty well. But Covey's been back. Love to see him break one for a touchdown. Shipley, the rookie, I love that kid. So, look, love to see anybody. Kenny, Gainwell, I don't care who it is. Take one to the house and do not let them take it to the house. But the special teams could be a game changer in a lot of games. The Eagles should have this game in hand no matter what, but they should be forcing a lot of punts. So maybe Covey goes out. I'd love to come back to this video right here and talk about the fact that Britton Covey just ran back his first punt return touchdown. That'd be great. So let's do that. Now at number 12, I'm going with the line here. And you know how I do this show. We go special teams, and we talk about either the offense or defense first. I think this defense, as much as the Panthers have been improving and looking good, we should be able to whoop their ass. And, Okwonu and Moten, they've actually been doing all right this year. And, we talked about Panthers not really giving up many sacks. So I want to see this team, Smith, Sweat, Hunt, and then maybe a little Charles Harris, get some pass rush on here. So I'm looking forward to this matchup. This is actually, you just think, oh, Panthers suck. This should be really nice to see if we can win some battles here and continue to dominate. Talked about it since week 6, first in the league in sacks. So, hey, man, keep building on that. Love to see it. Now, at number 11, we talk about the new guards they have, Lewis and Hunt. They got Mays at center there. But we've got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams. Hell, Moro Ajomo continues to see increased snaps. Love it. This rotation continues to dominate. People can talk about how these guys are busts and want to trade them. I want to talk about how we need to keep, extending these guys, keep getting studs in these drafts. I do not care what people that don't watch football or people that have played football that sit there and make videos talking shit about them. I don't care. I tell you guys that all the time. I promise you they'll be making videos, becoming the biggest fans ever. And you already see it. Like, you see those videos, right, of these ex-Eagles players, and they make these videos, and, let me tell you, I played, so I know this guy sucks. And it's like, well, dude, you suck. Your analysis is not good. Like, you are not an analyst. You played, but dog, let's sit this one out. And now they're all out there. One of my favorite, Jalen Carter's a beast. Yeah, we know, dude. I don't know how you guys didn't, like, those haters. It's crazy to me. So keep sleeping. Let's get into this top 10 here, and let's talk about our stud young corners here. And obviously, I still can't believe we have Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Holy hell, but Darius Slay, Isaiah Rodgers here as well. So whatever goes down, if Slay can stay healthy, got some corners here. But they've got some receivers. They got Adam Thielen back now. Xavier Legette is there. David Moore been stepping it up. And then Jalen Coker, who has been out the last couple of games, looks to be healthy, continues to get better at practice. He was limited today, we saw. So we'll see if he returns for this game. But, some young talent there, a couple veterans there. So nice little mix. And the same goes for the Eagles. So that's great and all. But we are, like I just said, number 1 in pass defense since, the last 6 weeks. But we're like number 3 the whole year. So we should be able to shut these guys down. Legette is going to be a very good player in this league. Very talented. Cannot wait to watch Quinyon Mitchell whoop that ass. Cooper DeJean, anybody who wants to come get it, come and get it. Now at number 9, they've got Jatavian Sanders, who's been banged up, but looks like he might be able to come back. We'll see. And then Tommy Tremble. So some decent tight ends here. We don't know if Blankenship's going to be ready to go because of that concussion. So could be C.J. McCollum getting the start. Sidney Brown, we talked about this, coming back from injury, kind of, falling back into the depth chart. Still think he has a bright future, a versatile piece, but we've got a bunch of versatile pieces now, so he doesn't necessarily need to be used. And McCollum's been playing great. We talked about him in my projected 53. You remember I had him making this team. I think the kid's got a lot of talent. Really love his upside. So, hey, whoever's starting, let's go. You got some tough matchups here with these tight ends. And I think that, you look at Jatavian Sanders, we talked about him pre-draft. This kid is going to have a very bright future in this league. I really like him. But Tommy Tremble as well. He's, stepped up last week. I think he led the team in targets there. He was whooping ass. But, hey, man, again, Jatavian Sanders, I thought doing pretty well. 10.4 yards per catch. Had a touchdown this year. Finally starting to see some reps. Sucks that he was hurt last couple of weeks, but maybe the Eagles get to see what he looks like up close and personal. Now, at number 8, I've got Bryce Young going up against this Eagles defense. And again, we'll see if Reed is ready to play here. But Bryce Young has 1,300 yards this year. He was benched at one point, throwing 153.4 yards per game, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 14 sacks. So not having, a great year. We'll see if the Panthers decide to move on from him. They claim to not be, but, hey, man, you never know how this could go down. I think this Eagles defense should be able to dominate this kid. Really, he's been coming on as of late, ever since he started again. And that's great for him. I love that. But you're playing the Eagles defense. And a guy that used to play for the Panthers, Deontay Johnson, he actually, refused to come play against the Eagles defense. He was that scared. That's crazy, man. I'd be scared of the Eagles defense too. So Bryce Young, best of luck to you. Now at number 7, we're finishing up with the Eagles defense here. We're talking about their running backs, Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks. So Hubbard has been balling this year. He is the one bright spot. He's got 4.9 yards per carry at 919 yards, so almost 1,000-yard season for him on a crap team. He's got 7 touchdowns. And I think, a very talented player. He got an extension, even though they drafted Jonathan Brooks knowing he was hurt, expecting him to miss a lot of this year. But a bright future with those two backs together. Jonathan Brooks came back like the week before. He saw like 5 reps in the first game, and I think 15 maybe it was I saw earlier today. So maybe they give him some more reps. We cannot let this be, one of those games where all of a sudden this teams are just running on us. We're 7th against the run right now. Let's get better and better. Like, we got Jordan Davis in the middle, but these linebackers have been playing lights out. Now, Dean has had his ups and downs. Zach Bond has been one of the best linebackers in the game, and we're talking about him at off-ball linebacker. We talked about him this offseason. This dude is a versatile piece, a guy that can play edge, can play off-ball, but little do we know, it would not be Devin White. It would be Zach Bond, who was straight balling in this defense, and he leads the team in tackles with 118. He's got 2.5 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss, 3 pass deflections, an interception, 4 forced fumbles. So, yeah, Bond's having an all-pro year here. Beautiful to see, so going to be fun to watch that matchup. Now, at number 6, we're getting into the Eagles' offense here, and obviously it looks like Dallas Goedert's going to be out for this game. Maybe a couple, maybe a few. We shall see. I don't know, man. But Uzoma, Calcaterra, and then if they elevate, they don't have anyone to elevate. If they wanted to elevate anyone, they'd have to have a tight end on the damn roster, and, well, the Eagles just don't want to do that. So they put Uzoma on that practice squad. E.J. Jenkins is Uzoma on the active roster. E.J. Jenkins on the practice squad is out of elevations. So it's going to be these two guys. Now, I think what they're going to do is, you use that third tight end a lot of times, 13 personnel we talk about, to help run, get an extra blocker out there. Maybe you add an extra lineman, or you have a fullback. And Ben Van Zumeren was doing well with that, but obviously he's on IR now. So they got Blossom game there. I think that this dude, given the opportunity to block for Saquon Barkley, will be huge for him. So why not, go out and play lights out? So maybe he does that, earns himself a roster spot, but that probably wouldn't happen until, right before the playoffs. But even then, you can have as many elevations as you want in the playoffs. So maybe they don't have to put him on the active roster. Either way, I see him being part of this team, maybe 5 to 8 snaps per game. I think with a fullback, man, you should really be using that, and really against a team like, the Panthers, I think you should be doing that. But Calcaterra and Uzoma, they've gotten better, both of them in their careers, even though Calcaterra a way shorter career at blocking. So, hey, they got to do their thing. And they've got Xavier Woods, Jordan Fuller there. And we're going to need some help in the pass game. That's something Calcaterra and Uzoma should be able to do. And look, next man up. That's how I always feel. And I think Calcaterra, did pretty well without Goddard earlier. So let's do it again, baby. Now, at number 5, I've got their interior D-line going up against the Eagles. Dickerson, Juergens, Becton going up. Ashawn Robinson. You got Tuttle, Ray, Williams, and Harris there. They've got some big boys there. Now, so do we. And I'm not afraid of anybody, especially the Carolina Panthers. And again, don't sleep on anyone. That's great. You should be able to protect Jalen Hurts, and you should be able to open up the lanes for Saquon. No excuses here. These boys come to play. Now, we're just going to stay on the offensive line, and on the exterior here, Mailata and Johnson, the best duo in the league, 2 of the best tackles, period, in this league, going up against, a team that's like bottom of the barrel in sacks. Now, I saw Jadeveon Clowney talking shit today, and, Eagles fans are the worst. They throw stuff and yell stuff, like he was all upset. And it's like, look, dude, I don't know if, you just are brain dead or something, but if you remember, I was actually at that game, Seahawks-Eagles, where, we were in the playoffs. We're like, we're finally going to get to see what Carson Wentz does. And I'll never forget, you cheap shot at him, dove and hit him in the head. And I, amongst thousands of other fans contemplated, should we go down onto this field and beat the shit out of this dude? Because it was wild, man. Watching that replay over and over again. So if you're confused as to why Eagles fans were yelling at you or throwing things, now I'm not condoning throwing things, but I'm just saying, if you're wondering why people were pissed at you, there you go, right there. Hope that helps. But come get you some. And now you're talking trash. That's cute, man. Best of luck with Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson there. But they've got DJ Woonem they added from the Vikings there. And then Cam Gill was added. They got DJ Johnson there. So, yeah, again, best of luck to you. Let's effing go. Now, let's get into the top three here. And, oh, yeah, this is going to be fun. So, J.C. Horn, really talented kid if he stays healthy. One of the better corners in the game. They've got Mike Jackson, not to be confused with but the former Seahawk. Then you've got Dane Jackson there and Chow Smith-Wade, the rookie. So you've got some decent cornerback play here. Definitely a good one at J.C. Horn. So A.J. Brown versus Horn. Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. Or Devontae Smith, whoever he wants to get smoked by. And then John Dotson, his couple of plays that he gets opportunities on, make them count. Make them count because Goddard is out. So you're going to have a couple more opportunities. Let's go. But Brown, Smith, dominate. Let's effing go. I think Devontae Smith could have a big one here. A.J. Brown can always have a big one. And that's because, well, your quarterback is Jalen Hurts. And going up against a Panthers defense, again, that is struggling in every area. So, yeah, draft game. No, this is a game where you prove, just like we talked about, we were going to beat the Ravens. Could be a close one, but regardless, we're going to show everyone that we are the best team in the NFL. Now, this is how you continue to do that. You beat the living hell out of a team, which I do believe we can do. And then after you've done that, you play your backups in that last, quarter, last quarter and a half, 2 quarters even. Beat the hell out of them so bad in the first half that you are able to rest some of these players, continue to stay healthy, but still get those reps that are, just help you continue building and being that Super Bowl team we talk about. So, yes, but the best way to do that is, well, with number one. And, well, if you remember at the beginning of the show, we talked about what they struggle at. And, oh, yeah, that's stopping the run. So run the damn ball. I don't care. I know, Josie Jewell, a tackle machine. And I really like Trevin Wallace, the rookie there, but I don't care. You can come get it all day, baby, because we've got Saquon effing Barkley on pace to break the NFL record held by Eric Dickerson. Let's go. He's got 1,499 rush yards right now, 6.1 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns. And he doesn't just help you there. He helps you in the air, too. 267 receiving yards. That's 9.2 yards per reception. And then he's got 2 touchdowns added in the air as well. We know who Saquon Barkley is. He gets a lot of touchdowns taken away by Jalen Hurts, tush push. So we get that. But Saquon Barkley is the truth. And we talked about that, even the possibility, you remember, he was my top free agent to sign this year. It was wild to see people, she's not good. It's like, do you know who the Giants are? They're ass, which they've continued to show you as they're the bottom of the barrel here, last in the NFC. So I think, I'm probably last in the NFL. I don't know. I haven't looked. But, look, they suck. And Saquon Barkley is the best gift we have ever received. One of the greatest free agent additions. And he's going to help us win that Super Bowl trophy that we talked about before the season started. So let's do that. And then let's build that dynasty that we talked about. Let's go out and win this Super Bowl first. Obviously, it's 1 week at a time. That's why we're sitting here every day talking about the weekly opponent, the Panthers. But in my mind, trying to look into the future like I always do for you guys. And if you believe in my crystal ball, the one that gets things right, unlike all the people that make shit up, well, then you can feel comfortable with me as we've broken it down all year while everyone told us to quit on this team. We laughed in their faces. We will continue to do so. Let them keep hating. I'll keep educating. I really think that this team, they're just going to continue to prove doubters wrong, but this is one of those weeks where it's weird. They'll have some mistakes. People, everybody sucks. See, they didn't throw for 500 yards. Everybody sucks. Don't fall into those traps. It's a trap game for the fans. Do not fall for the trap, okay? Let's stay positive. Let's understand this team's winning the Super Bowl no matter what them haters say. But that's all I've got for you tonight. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Subscribe and join the family. I'll be live tomorrow for Fan Friday. And then, of course, the game status report will be before that, as always. You'll know who's questionable, who's out with the updated depth chart. You'll get to see all of that stuff. And then practice squad elevations on Saturday, pregame show on Sunday, and then the Birds whooping some Panthers ass. So, oh my God, what a day, what a day. I'm going to go and try to hit the hay. I hope you all had a great day, but if you guys need anything else, doesn't have to be about the Birds. Always here for you guys as you are for me, so reach out if you need anything. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!